Kia ora, I'm Sherry Kinnear and these are the latest New Zealand Herald headlines. There's reassurance the reason for requested and assisted death in New Zealand is not because people can't access palliative care. 400 people have applied for assisted dying since it became legal in November, and 143 people have had an assisted death. End of Life Choice Society President Anne David says it's clear access to palliative care is not an issue.
They can access it, they are accessing it, but assisted dying is obviously necessary alongside palliative care.
Meanwhile, an investigation has been launched after a complaint was laid about an assisted death in a public hospital. A family member of the person who died laid a complaint about their experience, but further details were not yet known. Construction costs are rising at the fastest pace on record. A report from CoreLogic indicates the cost to build a standard 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom, single-storey home rose 2.6% over the quarter, lifting annual growth to 7.7%. It follows inflation reaching 7.3% for the year to June, the highest rate in more than 30 years. It's down to the last two in the race to become British Prime Minister. Former Finance Minister Rishi Sunak and Foreign Secretary Liz Truss are the final two candidates to lead the Conservative Party. Sunak has led in all rounds of the voting, but it's Truss who seems to have gained the advantage so far among the around 200,000 members of the governing party. They will ultimately choose Boris Johnson's successor. And as the UK recovers from its hottest day on record, passing 40 degrees yesterday, experts here say we're soon going to have to live with extreme temperatures. Otago University lecturer Daniel Kingston says it was estimated it would be impossible for the UK to get this hot without climate change. He says climate change is happening and it's going to continue to happen, so these temperatures will become more common. In contrast, back here in New Zealand, a clean-up is underway in some parts of the country with more bad weather forecast. In the South Island, Lewis Pass, Porters Pass and the road to Aoraki Mount Cook remain closed after recent severe weather. In Bay of Plenty, parts of State Highways 2, 35 and 36 will be closed today due to slips. Severe weather is on the way for Wairarapa, Wellington and Kaikoura today, and swells could reach 7 metres tonight. And New Zealand's being called out for failing to meet minimum standards to prevent people trafficking and slavery. A US Trafficking in Persons annual report recommends New Zealand increases efforts to proactively investigate and prosecute sex and labour trafficking cases and sentence convicted traffickers to adequate penalties. It also suggests a change to the definition of child sex trafficking so that it doesn't require evidence of the use of deception or coercion. World Vision National Director Grant Belden is calling for the government to follow the lead of other countries who have created laws against modern slavery.
And also to fix the Crimes Act so that children who are victims of sex trafficking are adequately protected too, as well as calling on government to make sure that there's enforcement and protection for victims.
And those are the latest New Zealand Herald headlines. For more and to stay up to date, head to nzherald.co.nz. Kia pai te rā. Thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. To stay up to date with all the latest news from the New Zealand Herald, click the subscribe button below or check out one of the videos here and head over to nzherald.co.nz for more details on these stories and more.